So,
Note that the candle is a solid.
candle is a solid.
Now, when we heat it, notice that the candle wax melts. As the hot wax comes to room temperature, it solidifies and holds the candle in place. Next, we light the wick. It's hot, to demonstrate a chemical change. Once the candle burns down, the wax is now gone. In other words, this is proof that the wax reacted and formed new substances. Some examples of physical properties for magnesium include it being a soft, silvery gray metal. Notice how easy it is to bend, and it is even soft enough to tear into pieces. Tearing is an example of a physical change. An example of a chemical property of magnesium is that it is combustible. If you give it a little heat in the Bunsen burner, it reacts with oxygen, releasing energy in the form of white light to form the ionic solid magnesium oxide. Note that the product is totally different than the reactant. Sodium chloride, NaCl, is a white crystalline solid. A physical property of sodium chloride is that it dissolves in water. Dissolving is an example of a physical change. Many physical changes are reversible. In this case, the water can be vaporized and the salt will be left behind. By heating the water, it will go from liquid to gas form. You can see all of the water has been vaporized and only salt remains. Evidence of a chemical change is the formation of a precipitate. In a double replacement reaction, two liquids are mixed together and one possible product is an insoluble solid called a precipitate. In this double replacement reaction, iron ions from the orange solution combine with hydroxide ions from the colorless solution to form a dark brown solid, iron 3 hydroxide.
Okay, second precipitate.
In a second example, silver ions from colorless solution number 1 combine with chloride ions from colorless solution number 2 to form a white solid, silver chloride. In a single replacement reaction, one element replaces another, which is originally in a compound, to form a new substance. An example of a single replacement reaction occurs between magnesium metal and hydrochloric acid. Magnesium replaces hydrogen in the compound, and hydrogen is released. Notice the bubbles. This is an exothermic process. The temperature, which started at 21, ends at about 32 degrees Celsius. Although physical changes are reversible, chemical changes are not. When we vaporize the water here, what we are left with is the solid magnesium chloride, not magnesium metal.